Kodiak bear. The Kodiak bear is the largest brown bear on Earth, and in some cases, it can even rival polar bears in size. These massive bears live only on the Kodiak Islands of Alaska, completely separated from other bear populations. Because of this isolation, they developed into a unique and powerful subspecies. Food is the main reason Kodiak bears grow so large. Their islands are rich in fish, plants, and berries, especially salmon. During salmon season, rivers turn into feeding grounds, and Kodiak bears eat almost nonstop to build fat reserves. Some adults can weigh over 600 kilograms, yet they can still run at speeds close to 50 kilometers per hour, swim across cold waters, and fish with incredible precision. Life on the islands is competitive. Bears often face each other at fishing spots, using size and strength to decide who eats first. Serious fights are rare though. Most of the time, dominance is settled through body language and intimidation rather than violence. Kodiak bears are intelligent and cautious animals. They generally avoid humans and prefer to live deep in the wild. Mothers are especially protective, raising their cubs for several years and teaching them how to survive in this harsh environment. Big, powerful, and surprisingly disciplined, Kodiak bears live in their own private world. They are true giants of nature, shaped by isolation, abundance, and the constant challenge of survival. Kermode bear. The Kermode bear, also known as the spirit bear, looks like a small polar bear walking through a green rainforest. But even though its fur is white or cream-colored, it is not a polar bear at all. It is actually a rare type of black bear that lives along the coastal forests of British Columbia, Canada. Only a small percentage of these bears are born with white fur. This happens because of a natural genetic trait passed down from their parents. Most with white fur. This happens because of a natural genetic trait passed down from their parents. Most Kermode bears are black, just like regular black bears. The white ones are rare, which makes them feel almost magical when spotted in the wild. Scientists believe the lighter fur may help them catch salmon more easily during the daytime. During salmon season, spirit bears spend hours along riverbanks, patiently waiting for the perfect moment to catch their meal. They also eat berries, plants, insects, and whatever else the forest provides. These bears live quiet and mostly peaceful lives in thick coastal rainforests. They are shy animals and usually avoid people. For many indigenous communities in the region, the spirit bear is deeply respected and seen as a symbol of balance and harmony in nature. Rare, calm, and quietly powerful, Kermode bear feels almost mythical when you hear about it. But it is not a legend. It is a real animal living quietly in the forest, reminding us that nature still holds beautiful surprises. Gobi bear. The Gobi bear is one of the rarest bears on Earth, and it survives in one of the toughest places imaginable, the Gobi Desert of Mongolia. This desert is not just hot, it can reach extreme heat in summer and freezing cold in winter. Rain is rare and water sources are limited, yet somehow this bear continues to survive. Unlike most bears that live in forests full of food, the Gobi bear must work for every meal. It eats roots, wild plants, berries, insects, and sometimes small animals. Because food and water are scarce, these bears travel long distances each day, walking across dry valleys and rocky terrain just to find enough to survive. Their daily routine is built around saving energy. During the hottest parts of the day, they often rest in shaded areas or rocky caves. They become more active during cooler hours, quietly searching for food and water. They are mostly solitary animals, avoiding conflict and conserving strength. Tough, patient, and incredibly resilient, the Gobi bear lives a life of constant challenge. In a place where survival seems almost impossible, this quiet desert survivor continues to endure, one careful step at a time. Syrian brown bear. The Syrian brown bear is one of the smallest members of the brown bear family, but its story is much larger than its size. Unlike the massive bears of Alaska, this bear has a slimmer build and lighter fur that can range from pale brown to sandy beige. This color helps it blend into the rocky hills and dry landscapes of the Middle East. Long ago, Syrian brown bears roamed across wide areas of Turkey, Iran, Iraq, Syria, and surrounding regions. Their daily life is built around patience and adaptability. They wake early or move during cooler hours, especially in warmer regions. Their diet changes with the seasons. In spring and summer, they eat grasses, berries, roots, and insects. When available, they may also feed on small animals or carrion. In colder regions, they can enter a period of winter dormancy, reducing their activity to conserve energy. Syrian brown bears are generally solitary animals. Mothers raise their cubs with great care, teaching them how to search for food and recognize danger. Unlike larger brown bears, this subspecies tends to be cautious and avoids open confrontation. The Syrian brown bear stands as a quiet survivor of a changing landscape. It may not be the largest or most famous bear, but its ability to endure difficult conditions shows remarkable resilience. Glacier bear. The glacier bear is one of the most unusual looking bears in North America. Its soft blue-gray or silver-tinted fur gives it an almost icy glow, especially under cloudy skies. At first glance, it doesn't even look real. Some people describe it as a ghost bear, but this animal is very much alive. Glacier bears live in parts of coastal Alaska and western Canada, in regions shaped by glaciers, rain, and thick forests. They are not a separate species, but a rare color variation of the American black bear. This unique coat color comes from a natural genetic trait that changes how the fur reflects light. Not every cub is born with this coloring, which makes sightings uncommon and special. Their environment is cold, wet, and rugged. These bears move through dense forests, cross icy streams, and climb steep slopes with ease. Like other bears in the region, they depend heavily on salmon during spawning season. When fish fill the rivers, glacier bears wait patiently along the banks, watching the water carefully before making a quick and skillful catch. Outside of fish season, they eat berries, plants, insects, and nuts, adjusting their diet based on what the land provides. They are strong climbers and can climb trees when needed, especially when young. Their quiet nature and natural camouflage help them blend into their surroundings. The soft silver fur helps them disappear into misty landscapes where mountains meet the ocean. Because they look so different, stories and legends sometimes grow around them. But behind the mysterious appearance is simply a bear shaped by its environment. Tibetan Blue Bear. The Tibetan blue bear is one of the most mysterious bears on Earth. Unlike many other bears that are well studied, this one is rarely seen, which makes it difficult for scientists to fully understand its life. Most information about it comes from occasional sightings, camera traps, and stories from local communities living in the mountains. This bear lives on the vast Tibetan Plateau, one of the highest and harshest environments on the planet. The land is cold, dry, and windswept, with thin air and long winters. Surviving here requires strong adaptation. The Tibetan blue bear has thick fur and a solid body that helps it handle freezing temperatures and strong mountain winds. Its coat often appears bluish-gray or slate-colored, which is where its name comes from. Like many bears, the Tibetan blue bear has a flexible diet. It eats roots, grasses, berries, insects, and sometimes small animals when available. During warmer months, it spends much of its time searching for food across open valleys and mountain slopes. When winter approaches and food becomes limited, it reduces activity and may spend long periods resting in sheltered areas such as caves or rocky dens. Because these bears live in such remote regions, they rarely encounter humans. When they do, they usually keep their distance. Their cautious behavior and the vast size of their habitat make them extremely difficult to study. Today, the Tibetan blue bear remains one of the least understood bears in the world. Its remote home, quiet habits, and ability to move through harsh terrain allow it to stay hidden from most of the world. Elusive, resilient, and surrounded by mystery, the Tibetan blue bear reminds us that even in modern times, there are still animals that remain partly unknown, living quietly in the highest corners of our planet. Tell me one thing, if you had to be a bear,